Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and today I really want to thank all the people that actually watched my most recent AirPods Pro 3 update video. I didn't expect the viewership to actually go there and for it to be like that, and I'm just extremely thankful that you guys watched it, and I had a bunch of subscribers that kind of subscribed to the new channel. I'm working on this one, so if you guys didn't know, I'm Mikey with Mikey Types. So I have a keyboard hobbyist channel, and recently I've just kind of expanded out, built a new channel that is going to be reviewing more general tech, desk setup, gaming setup kind of things, budget keyboards, gaming keyboards, things like that. And my other channel is very focused on like keyboard enthusiasts or like newbies that are trying to get into, say, custom keyboards. So you can always go check out that channel if you are interested in making like a thoughtky keyboard or a creamy sounding keyboard or anything like that. Now today I have a fun video on the Nothing or the CMF Bud 2 Plus. Or is it the, yes, sorry. The name is kind of confusing. They have two versions of these, but this is the Bud 2 Plus from CMF by Nothing, and we're gonna have to see, is this a budget version or a good alternative to the AirPods Pro 3. You know, we had the update, the bass has gone down. This is supposed to be incredibly bass heavy, so we're gonna have to see how this is. We're gonna have to go into the unboxing, do my, thoughts on the sound and audio, and of course, give you guys a little comparison between the AirPods Pro 3 and this one. So let's go right into it, but please make sure to like and subscribe. So let's start off with the unboxing of the CMF Buds 2 Plus by Nothing. Now, first thing I gotta say is the packaging doesn't feel like it's a really premium package, but the packaging is not bad, right? You gotta admit, when you're paying $60, this is definitely not a bad packaging. And overall, like how they've set it up and everything, I'd see that really it is about cost savings. Now, in this little baggie is gonna be the extra ear tips, which honestly is not the greatest way to package the ear tips, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it when I spent not too much compared to my AirPods Pro 3. They provide you the manual so you can easily use it to set it up and figure out what to do. And you can see here, this is going to be the actual earbuds and the case. The packaging on this one was a little bit hard to not fully just rip apart. I really want to do it nicely, but we do what we have to do. Now, first thing that I would admit is the whole plastic case does feel a little bit more on the cheaper side. It feels a little bit thin, but overall, the package and the case itself is really nice. I have to say I love the design of it, and the earbuds look really nice as well, and overall, I think they did a great job in terms of the whole case design. I do wish, though, that the volume rocker thing did work on this one. It would have been really cool, and I think it would have been a really great feature to just keep on this. Now, overall, you can see the measurements here are on the width, which is like 55 millimeters, and like 22 millimeters. And yeah, overall, it's not too big. The earbuds itself is going to be about 33.5 millimeters from like the head to down. And then the stem itself, you see with the width there, and the length is going to be 29 millimeters. I think overall this is quite comfy. It kind of reminds you pretty much exactly the same design as like an AirPods Pro 2. The 3 will go later into actually what I had to deal with and what the differences are in terms of the fitment. Now, in terms of the case, let me bring my AirPods Pro 3 so you can actually take a look to see this difference. Now, as you can see here, the Pro 3s are a little bit longer, but they're going to be a little bit thinner. And overall, in terms of the height as well, the AirPods Pro 3 is a little bit smaller. I would say in terms of fitting in your pocket, the AirPods Pro 3 is definitely a bit better in terms of fitting it in your pocket, but the Nothing is not bad either in terms of actual taking up space in your pocket. In terms of opening the case, I find the AirPods much easier to open, while the Nothing is a little bit harder. Now, we just came back from the unboxing, and this is going to be the Nothing Bud Plus. Nothing Bud 2 Plus in my hands right here. And in my other hand right here is the AirPods Pro 3. So we have both here, and we're going to do a little bit of a fit test. So when I get the Nothing Bud 2 Plus in my right ear, you have it pretty flat, and I would say in terms of the fitment and how it goes down here, it's quite comfortable. It is kind of loose though, so I don't know if you guys can really see here, but it's pretty loose, right? I can just easily take it out of my ear. It doesn't have a nice strong fit, say like the AirPods Pro 2s had or the ones. Getting the AirPods Pro 3 out. So the AirPods Pro 3 definitely goes deeper into my ear. right? I can definitely feel that like you don't have like that swivel. So like even though I'm swiveling like this on the left hand, it doesn't really fall out. The only thing is though, this one sticks out so much more, as you can see from the front view and the side view and the side view. This thing sticks out like crazy. Overall, does this fall out though? We'll have to take a test now. So, and it didn't fall out. That's a good thing, because at the end of the day, if you want to use these for like working out and stuff, you don't really want them to fall out while you're using them. I think that these are really well priced, right? I got these off AliExpress for like $60. Very good price. These, on the other hand, by the way, this is talking in Canadian. So $60 Canadian, and I spent $368 in Canadian for the Airpods Pro 3. Now, we're going into the sound test. So like the sound quality, and in terms of that. I got the AirPods Pro 3, and I was originally disappointed with how it sounded. I know that there was better bass and things with that, but I was a little bit disappointed with the sound. I didn't think it sounded great at all, and that's why I made the original review video. And then after the update, it got better, but the bass did fall off. So the bass fell off from like when I looked it up myself, and like actually looked at other people talking about it as well. It was around like the volume for 50% and under was down, and then 50% above 50%, like the bass got back up. But it's still like the peak was a little bit better. So like in the treble, around like the 6 to 8K kilohertz, it was better for the peak. So a little bit less of that, but that still has it. The Nothing Bud 2 is going to be, or the Plus version specifically, is super bass heavy. Like it's almost like a subwoofer in your ear. That's how heavy it is. And it even has a ultimate bass mode, which we'll go into the app and take a look a bit after. This thing is incredibly bassy. You have, the way I would shape the sound is it's bass, middle's gone, and then you have some high. Not a lot, but still have some high. The bass is crazy strong. It's almost to the point where it's like, it's really rumbling. You get a ton of that rumbling sound and feel in your ears, and it's very, very strong. I would say a bit too strong in a way, because it really actually mutes out all the other sound. When you're listening to a song with vocals in it, you're not going to get to hear the vocals much. It's actually going to be bass, 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 and vocals behind. It's almost like if the mic was here and I was recording a song, I'm like this far from the mic recording the song, and all the instruments are right beside the mic. That's the feeling I got from these earphones. They're still great though, in terms of you consider the price. I really bought these because when originally I bought the AirPods Pro 1, and then mine died, so I needed new ones, and I didn't want to go out and spend a ton of money. For $60, this is a really great deal. I would say for noise canceling purposes, you get about 85% what the AirPods Pro do. That's really not bad when you consider the price. For the sound quality, yes, some people are not going to have fun with it because you're missing out on certain things like the vocals, and the instruments are just going to be very, very front forward. But if you consider the price range and you're just using it for comfort purposes only, for like, you know, easily taking it out while you're traveling, it's not a bad deal. I personally think that they really kind of hit the point with the market for these. They're going to be exactly what you're looking for, a budget noise canceling wireless earbuds. And where did I say that like the noise canceling is bad? No, in no way at all. It actually is pretty good. Like when I'm in the office space and I'm using it, I'm not going to catch other noise except for, say, for example, keyboards typing, and that's because I use a custom keyboard, and voices are pretty much cut out. If I'm in a very, very noisy area, you'll still get some noise, right? You get like some of that like coffee shop background noise coming through, or like a train station noise, but not overbearingly. The transparency mode though, that's an issue. The transparency mode is not even, I would say not even like 60% to what the AirPods can do. AirPods, the transparency mode is still a little bit better, where it almost feels like the sound's real, while the Nothings feels like it's a mic really pushing in that noise, and that mic quality isn't a great mic quality. That's where I'm at for the transparency mode. So if you're looking at using it in normal mode and noise canceling mode only, these will be great. But if you really want the transparency mode, this probably is not going to be something that you'd want to grab. That's just my honest opinion. Of course, we're going to really have to go in depth with, you know, the mic testing, as well as, how does it connect and the app usage. So let me show you guys that, and of course, hopefully we can really figure out, is this a great alternative for those that are missing out on that bass and want to save around $300. So let's go right into that. So going right into just the screen recording of the app itself. Now, the app itself is not bad. Does this easily connect? So I use an iPhone. So for those iOS users, is this easy to connect? Yeah, as soon as you open the case, pretty much right away, it connects to your phone. That's something that's really nice. So you don't have to deal with like having to try to turn it on and connect it. It really does right away. So as you can see here with the app itself, it does have the different noise cancellation settings, the different levels that you can set up the noise cancellation. You can also turn on spatial audio, so you also get spatial audio on this thing. And this is what I meant by ultra bass. You have 5 levels of ultra bass, and at level 5, it's kind of ridiculous. It's literally like you have only sub bass and a subwoofer in your ear while everything really dies off. You also get a personalized sound profile, meaning you have equalizer in this thing. So you can set up using the test, right? It'll set up the equalizer for you depending on what you prefer, or you can use what they've already set or do custom. Now this equalizer isn't going to be something like you see in more, say, hi-fi wireless IEMs, or sorry, wireless earbuds. This is going to be a little bit more basic where you just get a choice of treble, mid, bass. I think the best way to do it is actually not do too much bass, go with the mids and trebles because that's what's missing in these, and then bring the bass to like a level 1, level 2. That's probably more than enough. Though if you are a bass head and you want that bass, you can definitely increase it more. To be fair, you can even turn on the ultra bass if you'd like. It is just unfortunate that it's not more customizable, but it's not bad, and at least you have it. Now going into actually taking a look at the choices of different like selections and actions that you can take, you can actually go in and make those changes. So see here, it's my left ear, and you can double tap and you can make small choices that you need. And that's something really cool. Like you get these features that's in the app, and the app itself is quite easy to deal with. Now you also get the low lag mode, so if you do game with your phone and you want to use wireless, at least you have that. You also have dual connection, so you can choose to have the dual connection, which can have 2 different devices connect at the same time. You don't get really more than that, but that's still not bad. And you also get the in-ear detection. Overall, the battery life on these things are amazing too. So I used this at work and I kept the noise cancelling and just kept it running for 8 hours straight, and it was still at about 40% battery life. So it could still go even longer. Now, going to the website and taking a look at from their perspective, I really think that the design and everything on the website is really good. The pricing on these on the website is definitely going to be higher than what you can find them for. So this is sitting at like, I'm looking at Canadian pricing, right? Because I'm from Canada, and in the US it's going to be around the 63 USD point. So what does that mean? You can actually find this for even cheaper for USD. Like I'm talking about $30-40 worth. That's crazy when you think about it. When you look at this AliExpress post, which I will link in the description, it's got the $5 shipping I get, but you gotta consider the price. It's gonna be $50-60 Canadian in total. So that's like 40 something dollars in USD. That's really a very good value. Like this is gonna be 1/10 of what you'd pay for an AirPod Pro 3. That's kind of crazy. Now going into the graph, you can really see what I mean. So this is technically the graph for the Pro, so the Bud 2 Pro. The Bud 2 Plus is supposed to have better sound quality, and it's going to be a bit better in terms of like overall enjoyment for sound. But I'm grabbing the Pro because it's going to be kind of similar from what I've seen in the graph. What I mean by that is the bass is ridiculously up, so you're getting a ton of bass, a ton of sub bass, but then it dies off in the mid I was mentioning, and you can really see like you have the bass, it dies off, you don't have much vocals where it goes from the mids to the highs, and then yeah. So those are the things you can see. It's very similar to what this graph is. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a graph that measured the Bud 2 Plus. Comparatively, the AirPods Pro 3 has a little bit of that bass still, right? This is going to be measurement before the update. And then you can see it still flows better in the mids, which gives that neutrality, and then up to the peaks where the highs are. I really think it's more bass for this one. Now let me give you a sound test of the mic. Mic test, mic test. So this is going to be the Nothing CMF Bud 2 Plus mic test with noise cancellation on. This is going to be the mic test with the transparency mode, and we'll see how this sounds as well. And then now we're going to go do the background sound. So this is going to be the background sound and me trying to talk over the coffee shop sound, and this is the transparency mode on. And now let's try with noise canceling. So this is with the noise cancellation on, and then the mic test. I don't know if there will be a difference, but hopefully we can see if there is. I think they did a great job in terms of the actual noise cancellation of the mic. Even with the background noises, you could not really hear it, but then it does cut into your voice, which is not the best either. But I have to say, not bad, but the mic quality, not so great in terms of the sound. Overall, thank you guys for watching through this video. If you did, I'm very grateful that I'm having this channel grow as well, and it's amazing to see. I will leave the link in the description for you guys to be able to get this at a much better deal from what I found on AliExpress. I think, yeah, this is a truly good deal for what you're paying. At $60, really, how much worse can it be and how much better can it be? You're not spending a ton of money on this thing compared to, say, some of the other ones out there. Like, I know I heard the Soundcore or the Anchor ones are really good, but they're still over the $100 point. This was not even at $100. So if you really want ton of bass, like I'm talking about rumbling subwoofer bass, like you just want a subwoofer in your ear, this will definitely be a good pick for you. If not, and you really want, like, say, more from your like the wireless earbuds, like the live translation and the transparency mode, and more of like a neutral clean sound, definitely you can go pick up an AirPods Pro 3. But otherwise, go check this out. Please check out the other videos I've got, or check out my other channel, and I'll have to catch you guys next time.